Um, one of the reasons, for example, that the Uptown Poetry Group, just as a group, worked so well while so many other poetry groups failed in bond was I did not hold an authoritarian fix over the group. I I was the only thing that I ever insisted on was it was poetry first. I remember one time a guy came when Bruce Area was there, and he talked to me on the phone and said, that he had some mental issues or something. I said, well, I don't care as long as you bring the poem and you're ready to listen. And he came to the poem. He brought a poem, "The Crying George Bush II," as an asshole and whatnot. And I told him it was a terrible poem. Everyone told him it was a terrible poem. And he's like, "But I told you I had a mental illness." And I said, "But I told you I don't care. Uh, that this is a poetry group. You're not here. You're not here for that." But that was the only time I ever put a hold on it. Other than that, and there was a time when a guy came to the poetry group and he was harassing some of the women, and I didn't stand up for him because I had a couple of women come to the group who made false claims about things or to other groups, and so I decided to be laissez-faire, and that brought on its own problems. But I always tried in that group to just let things go. But you can't do that in business, or they don't want to do that in business because then they don't have control, and then they might get good workers, and then they might have competition. And I've seen that over and over again. The job where I currently work, I could give. I'm not going to go into it, but there are some people who are good workers, and they've left the place where we work because they're younger and they can get other jobs more easily. I'm sticking it out, and hopefully I can ride it out. But uh, that's just the way it is. Hopefully, it's not as bad in Canada.